There are 4 magic words that create more expectation than any 4 words I've ever seen in my entire life. Those 4 magic words I've talked about them before. You've heard me say them before. Those 4 words are...
What should we do?
Right, everybody say it together. What should we do? So when you close the deal, you hand that paper to somebody, you're going to say these words. Let's go around the table and do it. So David, you hand the paper. Give me the words. What are they?
What should we do?
Give it to Dustin. Dustin, what's the next? What do you say there?
What should we do?
Go ahead, Marl. Let's hear it.
What should we do?
Let's hear it, Mike.
What should we do?
Go ahead, John.
What should we do?
Go ahead, Quentin.
What should we do?
Go ahead, Tom.
What should we do?
That's it. There's no variation. You could say, what do you want to do now? You could say those kind of phrases if you want to. They lose power. The more words you say, more than those 4 words, I've studied it. I've looked at it. I've tried different variations of it. What do you want to do? What do you want to do now? They don't work as good. Something about what should we do is just succinct, brief, and it creates expectation. Why? I don't know. It's like one of those magic dust on sales that I have no idea why it works. Probably because it's so short, and it makes it so succinct, and probably the shortness and the briefness of it puts it right back onto the buyer. It's like the ping pong. It's like, does it take a long time for that ball to hit the ping pong paddle? Click, and it's back in your court, right? You have a lot of time when that pitch comes at you, when you're a 90-mile-an-hour, the pitcher in baseball starts throwing a pitch at you? Nope. When the ball is snapped in football, does the quarterback have a lot of time to go back there and throw the ball usually? Nope. Nobody has any time in any kind of a situation where we're trying to compete. There's not a lot of time when it comes to being able to have a good response. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a game. It wouldn't be something we're doing that we're trying to become better at. It would be easy to do. If we had plenty of time on this stuff, it'd be simple to do, right? So saying the word what you do, I call it dropping the hammer. So whenever I do my role play, and you guys see me do this type of thing, what I'm really doing, this is my conceptual hammer. I'm trying to get you to say, what should we do? Because there's so many times that you're close to selling the job. Like, I'm going to expect that guys like John and Morrow and Tom and all you guys that are a little older, that you've been doing this long enough to where you've actually handled objections. You're not just falling off the back of a turnip truck. You know that you got to make money and make payrolls. We got to sell something today, right? You says because you own a company or you worked long enough in this business, people expect the result. And so you know how to handle objections sort of already. You got your own way of doing it. But what you always probably forgot to do is just nail it down with the what should we do moment, right? You went ahead and explained, well, John, we have years of service. We've got. I don't agree with the way you're handling objections. Don't get me wrong, but I still think that if you did handle it the wrong way, and you said something like, well, Tom, how do you justify your price? Well, John, we're a leadership dealer, and we are, the local area chamber of commerce members, and those are pretty lame ways of handling objections. Nonetheless, if you said those words and said, so what should we do at the end of it? Would you not think that you would still close a fair amount of deals using those words? No matter how crappy you handle objections, and believe me, a lot of people handle them very crappy. You might say something like, tell me the price is too high. Just give me that one, Quentin. Tell me the price is too high.
The price is too high.
Well, you get what you pay for. So what should we do? That's a bad way of handling objections. We agree that's a bad way of handling an objection. But if I say what should we do at the end of it, it still makes it better. It tightens this thing up, and so let's create expectation to take action at this point, right? So even if you're not good at handling objections, which probably a lot of you guys aren't right now, otherwise you'd be getting a better result. By the end of this class, you will be good at handling objections. We're going to give you the master's class tomorrow, and later on today, we're going to do some stuff that is going to really blow your mind how good you're going to be at handling objections. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you fail to say the words, what should we do after you handle the objection, you are not going to get the job. Same with the presentation. You give the presentation. When you hand that sheet of paper to somebody, those 4 magic words must take place right now. So guess how much? Oh, no, double it. No, actually, it's only this much. Here, take a look. What should we do? And then shut up. How much verbiage do you have to say after the words, what should we do? Matter of fact, you guys know this. It's an old axiom in sales. What is that saying about who talks next?
Next one to talk wins.
Next one talks buys. Now, if you start talking and re-explaining your options at this point, you're basically sounding desperate. And he's like, yeah, this guy's trying too hard. I'm not buying from this guy. So if you just shut up and just wait. So, John, what should we do? And then just sit there. Neutral look on your face. You don't got to be smiling. You don't got to be happy. Don't look like you're Donald Rumsfeld. Don't look angry or whatever. Don't look confused. Look like just neutral, like you expect to get moving forward. You expect to get working here. Now, if somebody says to you, I've heard this one before. Somebody says, what do you mean, what should I do? Well, say, John, there's 6 options. Which one should we do? What should we do? Just repeat it again. How about somebody says to you, well, there's a lot to think about. Definitely it's a lot to think about, John. So what should we do? Is there a question there? Somebody asks you a question, time for objections. If there's no question, just ask the same question over again. These prices are expensive. Is that a question? I know it's a high investment, John, so what should we do? I got to think about it. Go ahead, John, take your time. I got plenty of time. What should we do? What does that say to a customer when I'm not going backwards?
He's going to have to make a choice.
If I start, let's say I say, what should we do? And I start putting my coat on, like, or I start getting my books packed up at this point. What is my body language saying when I start picking up my stuff right now at this point? Yeah, you understand what I'm saying there, guys? Be aware of what your posture is. You hand that paper to somebody, you say the 4 magic words, what should we do? Don't blow it by starting to look for the door. Right now, there's an anchor on your ass. You know what I'm saying there? How many times you left a call where somebody said, get out of my house, I don't want to see you. I want you to leave this house. When's the last time somebody actually told you, get out of my house? Does that happen in the majority of your calls? Or people, how many times you don't get the work, but they said, don't ever, get out of here, Tom? When's the last time you had somebody say that to you?
Never.
Quentin, how many times do people say that to you? John?
No.
You ever analyze yourself?
Mike?
Premium's too good.
Merle?
Premium stuff.
A few people, nobody said, get the hell out of my house?
I've said it once, but
You said, but they didn't say. Maybe the Kirby vacuum cleaner guy you told me. I don't know who it was, but was it? I can see that guy. Those guys are they're tough. They hang in there. They've been taught this thing. Wait, Dustin, how many times have you been told get out of the house?
Can't remember one.
Can't remember one. Is that not David? You never.
I had one.
One. You got one. Okay. How many years have you been doing this?
Too many, I forget.
And so multiple years. So up to 20 years probably or more, right?
Plus, yeah.
20 plus years, you got one person out of the, so if we do 600, 800 calls a year, and over a 20-year period, we got 16,000 calls. One person out of 16,000 says it. But how many calls have you left where nobody said to leave, and you just left anyway?
Too many.
I mean, if you left the job where somebody didn't say to leave, what does that say about your service? Your ability to serve me. So if the going's getting tough right now in this negotiation, you're just looking for the door, what's going to happen when the going gets tough up in the attic, when the going gets tough down in the basement, when the going gets tough out by the electrical panel or by the municipal entry system, when the going gets tough with the rotting machine downstairs or the sewage removal system, when that gets tough, is that going to get tough going too? And the buyer's sitting there after you leave this call voluntarily. He's sitting there with his wife, or his wife's sitting there with the husband, and they're going, you should look on that guy's face. He knew he was too expensive. He knew that we got him on that one, Ernie. We got him on that one, Clara. And he just he looked like a deer in the headlights when we said that to him. They tested you. You did not pass the test. He started looking for the door immediately. What it tells them is that you are too expensive. You don't believe in your prices. You don't believe this is worth what I'm offering it to you for. Because if you did believe in it, what would you be still doing?
Trying another way.
Did you ever believe you deserve a house when you wanted to buy a house? Somebody said, you can't, Tom, now's not a good time to get a house. Did you still not get a house then because somebody said you shouldn't get one? How about when you wanted to get a car, when your first car you got it? There had to be somebody saying, now it's too soon, you don't want to get a car. How about when you bought a new car? How many people told you should never buy a new car because it's going to depreciate in value and it's a stupid investment to buy a new car? How many people told you that before? Did it mean you didn't buy a new car?
Nope.
You were told no a lot of times in your life, yet you made it a yes for yourself, right? Why is it that we're in this situation here? The customer is saying, they're not even saying no. They're just saying, we got to think. Or they're saying, it's a lot of money. Or they're saying, we got to ask my wife. They're saying all kinds of things. Got to talk to my uncle. Got to get some other prices. They didn't say you're not getting the job yet, right? Yet we're looking to go run for the door like we're little babies running for the door. So keep your poise and your quiet and your calm. Earn that what should we do moment. How do you earn that moment? By hanging in there. The first way to earn it is don't look for the door. Just stay forward, shoulders pointed perpendicular or parallel to the customer, and just keep looking at that proposal and just say, what should we do? Just keep pointing to that presentation and say, what should we do? Here's my solutions, John. What should we do? Let's take away the top one. What should we do? How do you normally purchase? What should we do? Take all the time you want. What should we do? And just hang in there. Here's what I'm going to pretty much guarantee you. I'm going to guarantee you. If you can say the words, what should we do, 6 times at the end of this call, you got yourself a job. There's no way you're going to lose this call. Only you don't have the steam in your shorts to hang in there. Your sphincter gets a little tight and you start looking for that door. This is no time for babies. This is no time to get your needs met, okay? This is time to go to the bank, Chief. That's what this job's about, right? You guys go to work for your company. Let's say your company stopped paying you and you said, no paychecks for the next 4 weeks. What would you start doing? You keep coming in for 4 weeks? No, you wouldn't. And so I wouldn't expect to do that either. So hang in there, just like you would hang in there if that situation happened. You wouldn't put up with that. You shouldn't put up with not getting paid for this either. You have a passion for your job, make this happen. Don't pull a line too quick. Don't try and convince or over-convince. People got to think. They got to own it. So when they do make a choice, it might sound like this. Oh, this looks interesting. Well, what's that third one? Could you explain that third one to me? Something like that it's going to sound like. Does that make sense, guys? The guys who've done this? They don't, a lot of people just don't jump in the boat. Some people do. Like, yeah, give me that third one. Very decisive buyers, right? There's a lot of buyers who go, Dustin, what's included with that fourth one? Something like that, right? They think they're stalling you right now, trying to think of a way to get out of this thing. Because they know you say, what should we do? And they're like, God, I got to buy this, don't I? I guess I got to purchase this thing right now. And they may say something like, is there a way I could wait on this till next week? You say, well, John, when I first got here, what did you tell me you want to do? Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So what should we do? Take a look again. Don't forget the what should we do. You just handle the objection. You see that I did there? You just ask the question, handle the objection, right? Now, pull line too quick means that somebody buys it. So what do you like about that one? I like this, this, and this. Now, you got the cheaper ones. You look at those. You didn't look at those yet. Give them a chance to swim around with it a little bit. You know, they bought it. They like it. Give them a chance to own it. And then pull the hook in, pull the line in once they've got that thing, once the hook is set. Give them a chance to say, you got the cheaper ones. You didn't take a look at those ones. Remember, I didn't say more economical ones now, because more economical will be more appealing, right? I don't want them to buy a cheap one, so that's why I'm calling it cheap. The law of expectation, don't forget, every time you ask for the sale, you got to drop the hammer. All right, Deb, so here you go. What should we do?
Oh, Joe, I really need some time to think about this.
Hey, you know what, Deb? I understand. It is a lot to think about. But hey, listen, I got plenty of time. Take a look at this again. Here, what should we do?
Well, okay, let's do the third one.
Now, you're sure, Deb? Because I do have the cheaper ones. Why the third one so good?
I don't want to go cheaper. I would prefer doing the third one.
Okay, so check or credit card? How are we going to do this?
Credit card.
All right, thanks. We'll sign it. We'll get the paperwork started. We'll get started.
Okay, Joe.